In this video, I'm going to be updating my smoke detector because this is over 40 years old and I have no idea if it still works. So this particular smoke detector is hardwired. So as I pull it off, you'll see the wiring running to it. I have no idea if it has a battery backup. I'm assuming it doesn't. And if it does, it's probably so old at this point that it doesn't work. So I'm going to be replacing it with a brand new hardwired smoke detector and carbon monoxide combination. And it also has battery backup. So if the house ever loses power, the primary source of power, of course, would be the wiring, but if it loses the power, then the battery kicks in, and so you always have a smoke detector that works. All right, because this smoke detector is hardwired, that does mean that if you're in a similar situation where you have a hardwired detector, you need to make sure to turn the power off at the breaker. Now, for my particular situation, some of the wiring was already undone. The only thing still connected is the hot wire. So I really didn't have any way to ensure that it was off. I don't have my current electrical testers on me to be able to check to make sure these wires aren't hot. So I ended up turning off essentially all the breakers for the house because I have no idea which one it's on. So the ground and neutral wire have already come loose. The hot wire is kind of buried in the box, but since it has its own wiring that came with the smoke detector, I don't need this one, so I'm just going to snip it here at the source and get rid of it, so then I can just deal with the bracket. Okay, I'm going to remove the mounting bracket now. My new one uses a different style bracket, so this isn't usable for mine. If you take off yours and find that the mounting bracket for your new one can work with the old mounting bracket, then feel free to leave it. So my new bracket doesn't really work with this electrical box, but for some reason they didn't supply any mollies or screws to be able to mount it, so I had to go find some mollies and screws. But now I'm good, so I'm going to drill some holes for some mollies and then attach the box. This one should hit a stud. Okay, put my bracket on. Tighten the screws back down. Okay, now I can hook up my smoke detector. So I've got 3 wires here, white, black, and an orange one. So we're just going to be hooking up the white and the black. The orange is made to hook up to other smoke detectors, just like this one, so that there's essentially one big system all throughout the house. So if one of them goes off, they'll all end up going off. This is the only one I have in the house though, and I don't have any others that are hardwired as far as I know. I haven't found any. So the orange one will not be utilized, so it will stay capped and just go in the box. Okay, I just need to twist these wires together. And then attach my smoke detector. Add some wire caps. Okay, my wires are attached. I've shoved them back into the electrical box. Now I just need to put the smoke detector on, twist, lock it in place. There we go. And pull the plastic. Battery is now activated. Didn't expect that. Alright, it clearly works since it just went off in my face here, but once you get it installed, make sure to test it. So hold down the test button. Okay, so that covers how to install a brand new smoke detector that is hardwired. Now, if you go to the store, you'll find two different types. You have the hardwired ones and you have battery operated ones. Battery operated ones are very easy. You can install them anywhere because they don't need a power source. The power source is the battery. So this one is a battery operated one and they're very simple, especially this particular model. So it just opens up. There is a screw hole right here and there is one underneath the battery. So just identify where you want to mark it, where you want to install it on your wall or your ceiling. Simply put the faceplate onto that respective location, mark with a pencil, drill your hole just like I did on the previous one, and then put your screws in and attach it. And when you're all said and done, make sure to remove the piece of plastic to activate that connection between the device and the battery, and then obviously just give it a test with the test button to make sure that it is active. Now, the only downside to battery operated ones, of course, is that the batteries will die at some point. So you typically hear that it will start making beeping noises or chirping noises as it starts to get low battery, and that means you need to replace that battery in there. For your hardwired ones, the batteries can still die on you, but so long as you have power, they operate. But if you lose power, say in the middle of a thunderstorm or something like that, then the battery backup will kick in, so long as the battery is still good. Alright, so that covers how to install a hardwired smoke detector and a normal battery operated smoke detector. Hope this video helps you out if you didn't know how to do this, and I'll see you next time on the DIY Grunt.